Trump and Epstein, a legacy of power and predators. For years, the names Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein hovered in the same social stratosphere, two powerful men immersed in wealth, status, and controversy. While many have tried to downplay or scrub the record clean, the truth is their relationship was real, it was social, and it existed within a world that operated with little regard for morality. To pretend otherwise is a disservice to truth and to the countless victims who suffered in silence while the elite protected one another. The beginnings. Palm Beach power players. Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein first crossed paths in the 1980s and 1990s, particularly through the exclusive Palm Beach elite circles. Both owned lavish mansions only minutes apart, Trump's Mar-a-Lago and Epstein's infamous estate, where many of his crimes were alleged to have occurred. In 2002, long before Epstein's name became synonymous with sex trafficking, Trump told New York Magazine, "I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side." That quote alone has haunted Trump since. It wasn't a one-off comment, it was a window into a shared lifestyle. They were both fixtures in the same high society parties, surrounded by models, underage girls, and men with too much power and not enough conscience. The parties, where silence reigned and secrets lurked. Multiple sources, including court documents and witness testimonies, have confirmed that Trump and Epstein partied together. In 1992, Trump hosted a private party at Mar-a-Lago with just himself, Epstein, and 28 girls, according to Florida court records. One of the guests described it not as a party, but a meat market. A 2019 New York Times investigation quoted people who were familiar with these events. They were both always trying to impress each other with the young girls they could bring. This wasn't just casual acquaintance, it was a twisted game of access and indulgence. Trump, a known admirer of beauty pageants and a self-confessed groper, per the Access Hollywood tape, was perfectly aligned with the culture of exploitation that Epstein cultivated. The accusations and lawsuits, a pattern of abuse. In 2016, a woman identified as Katie Johnson filed a lawsuit accusing both Trump and Epstein of raping her when she was 13 years old. The lawsuit was eventually dropped, reportedly due to threats and fear for the woman's safety. Though the case didn't proceed, its chilling details remain in public court records. Johnson described being forced into sex acts under threat of violence, a pattern echoed by dozens of Epstein's other victims. Trump denied the allegations, but never sat for a deposition. Further complicating the narrative are testimonies from Epstein's former staff and pilots who placed Trump at Epstein's properties or on his flights, though Trump has denied ever flying on Epstein's private jet. Flight logs do not list Trump, but social proximity is indisputable. The fallout, from friends to "I was never close." When Epstein was first arrested in 2008 and given a sweetheart deal, Trump distanced himself. By the time Epstein was arrested again in 2019, Trump claimed, "I knew him like everybody in Palm Beach knew him. I was not a fan of his." But this statement doesn't hold under scrutiny. Trump was one of the few people named in Epstein's now unsealed Little Black Book, and his contact information appears more than a dozen times: home, office, Mar-a-Lago, even private numbers. Further, Trump only banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago after Epstein allegedly assaulted the underage daughter of a Mar-a-Lago member. That wasn't disapproval of Epstein's predatory behavior in general, it was damage control. The web of complicity. It's not just about whether Trump personally abused anyone, which remains a question clouded by lawsuits, denials, and settlements. The core issue is this: Donald Trump, like many powerful men, existed in a protected world. He was close with Epstein, spoke highly of him, partied with him, and never once raised a public alarm about the underage girls Epstein surrounded himself with. Why? Because in those elite circles, exploitation wasn't just overlooked, it was normalized. Conclusion: the truth hides in plain sight. Donald Trump's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein is not a conspiracy theory, it is a documented part of public record. Anyone pretending they were strangers is being willfully dishonest. Trump's own words and behavior place him deep within Epstein's world, whether or not he ever crossed the criminal threshold himself. The fact that Epstein is dead And the truth about his client list, his blackmail operations, and the names in his little black book remain sealed should disturb us all. The public deserves to know who partied with predators, who stayed silent, and who helped cover it up. And Donald Trump has a lot more to answer for than he's ever been forced to admit.